Okay, so we're going to talk about darkness. Two quick side notes here. One, I very specifically chosen my bear mug for my coffee this morning. This is one big bear. And then it says... because Byron had a pet bear, he wasn't allowed to bring his dog to Cambridge. He went to Cambridge for university, and they said no dogs allowed. He's like, well, your rules are no dogs allowed. I'm not allowed my dog. I'll bring a bear. So I believe there is now a no pets allowed rule at Cambridge, very much in response to Byron. But he had a lot of animals. He loved his dog. This is relevant because there's a dog in this poem. Late towards, everything's going insane. Even dogs assailed their masters, all saved one, and he was faithful to a corpse. Which is just absolutely heartbreaking. This, but he's licking the man's hand, and obviously the man's dead, and it's just and then last the dog dies. Which there are various kind of various myths about dog or sort of legends or stories about dogs that have been faithful to dead owners, and I think there's Hachiko in Japan, which Byron probably wouldn't know about, but Byron probably would know about Greyfriars Bobby, who's a Scottish story in Edinburgh. Bobby was a little dog who lived in Greyfriars, and when was always kind of followed his master around, and then when his master died, always went to the grave and just sat by the grave all day. Byron had various dogs in his lifetime, and he absolutely loved them. There are paintings of his dogs. Paintings of him with his dogs, and he didn't just have dogs. I mean, the dogs were very, very important. Usually great big dogs, Newfoundlands. Boatswain, his favourite dog was a Newfoundland, and he's got a couple of poems to his various dogs. He seems to have some real serious problems with connecting with people, and he definitely had a fairly traumatic childhood. There is some suggestion that he was sexually abused by his nurse in infancy. He certainly didn't have a brilliant relationship with his mother. His father was gone for most of his childhood and then dead for the rest of his childhood. The whole being in love with his half-sister, probably being super, super gay and not really being able to be open about that. And there's a kind of, his major relationships in his life were with animals, was with his dog. Dog is number one. Anyone else? Shmeh. He does try to get married. It doesn't work. Does not work, as we all would have said it wasn't gonna. He's divorced just a shockingly short time. But as well as the dogs and the bear, he has a menagerie with him almost always, and there are sort of fantastic accounts of peacocks, cranes, dogs, horses, monkeys. I'm trying to remember them all. There's a lot, and he goes to the various, and he's going travelling with all these animals as well, and they're all sort of coming along with him like a little zoo, and they all just roam around his house. It's not all nice and set off in special places, and I'm sure they occasionally eat each other. It's just weird, magnificent. But this is Byron. He is larger than life. He does wear these fantastic clothes. He had a carriage made that was a replica of Napoleon's, which is just a great big thing, very opulent and beautiful. So when he rolled through the various towns, everybody would be like, who the hell is that? That's by the by. Darkness is the poem that we're going to talk about, and there's a little bit of context here. This is written in 1816. Towards the end of 1815, there was Mount Tambora erupted, volcano, and this led to an absolute upset in the weather across Europe. Really, really, really huge impact.